Hello students, so back with our chemistry chapter number 3. In the last lecture we have studied about electrolytic cell and electrolysis, that is the part of electrolytic cell. What is electrode, how the electrodes are, how the electrolytes are, and how does the reaction takes place and how does the deposition takes place. Okay, so today we are going to see about the products of electrolysis. We are going to see about the products of electrolysis, means what type of products can be obtained when different types of electrolysis takes place. Now in this, what we are supposed to do is we are going to take different types of electrolytes. Okay, different types of electrolytes means the solution which we are using in which our electrodes are deep, that is known as electrolytes. Okay, so that solution we are going to take in various forms and see what type of products will be obtained in that type of reaction. Okay, so if we are taking molten NaCl as our electrolyte and we are carrying out the electrolysis, then what sort of product will be obtained at cathode and what sort of product will be obtained at anode. Okay, then if we are changing our electrolyte, then again another product will be obtained at cathode and anode. Okay, so this way we are going to see which are the products that can be obtained on electrolysis of different solutions that we are going to use as an electrolyte. Okay, so the first example that we are seeing is if we are taking molten NaCl as our electrolyte, then what will happen. So now this is the equation which shows the dissociation of NaCl. So NaCl will be dissociated into Na plus ion and Cl minus ion. So when this NaCl is dissociated into Na plus and Cl minus ion, so what will happen at cathode, Na plus will be going, okay, and it will be receiving one electron and it will be forming Na. Okay, so at cathode we are going to get what? Na. Okay, so this reaction is going to take place at cathode. This we have already seen in the last lecture also, right? That if at cathode positive ion will be there and electrons will be going to the cathode and making the ion in a complete form, that is in a proper atomic form. Now what will happen at anode? At anode electrons will be donated, that is oxidation is going to take place, right? So oxidation will be going to take place, means Cl minus will be losing one electron and it will be giving Cl. Okay, and will be losing one electron, it will be going giving Cl. Now again this Cl and Cl will be combining and forming Cl2, that is chlorine gas. Okay, so two reactions will be occurring at anode. Two reactions will be occurring at anode. This is the primary reaction and this is the secondary reaction. Okay, so if we are taking molten NaCl, then at cathode Na plus will be receiving electron and it will be forming Na plus, Na plus will be receiving electron and it will be forming Na at cathode, and at anode Cl minus will be losing one electron and it will be becoming Cl, and these two Cl will be combining with each other to form Cl gas. Okay, so now this was when we were taking molten NaCl. Now if we are taking aqueous NaCl as our solution of an electrolyte, then what will happen? If we are taking aqueous NaCl, so again dissociation of NaCl will be taking place into Na plus ion and Cl minus ion. Na plus ion will be dissociated into Na plus and Cl minus. Now as it is aqueous solution, then water will also be dissociated into what? H plus and OH minus will be coming over here. H plus and OH minus. Okay, so what will happen? At cathode, two possibilities will be there, no? Because at cathode we know that ions will be positive, ions will be there and electron will be gained. So there are two positive ions, no? Na plus and H plus. So if Na plus is there, then it will be gaining one electron and becoming Na. if H plus is there, then it will be also gaining one electron and it will form H. But that is not a possibility at cathode, that two things can be formed at one time. So which of this reaction will take place? That depends on E naught. E naught, that is potential, initial potential, that is the standard potential of Na. So standard potential of Na is what? Minus 2.71 volt. Okay, while of hydrogen is 0. So as we have already studied while we were seeing the electron potentials of a different substances, at that time we have studied that this is going to undergo more reaction, that is reduction of this will be more. Okay, that is negative charge, I mean negative value of potential will be having more tendency to go reduction. Why? Because it is self oxidizing agent. Okay, so here what will happen, it will get self oxidized, right? And here it is 0 only, right? So this value is less, I mean this negative value is more, so it will go more oxidation. So as it is going more oxidation, which is not possible at cathode, and that's why at cathode the deposition of H plus ion will be taking place and not of Na. Okay, so at anode which reaction will take place? H plus ion plus electron will give hydrogen. Okay, this process will be going on, not this process. Actually both the process should go, but that is not possible. And so in order to select one of that, which will be selected, which depends upon the E naught value. So this and sodium is having more E naught value in negative. Okay, negative value. So this reaction won't take place and deposition of hydrogen will be taking place at cathode when we are using aqueous NaCl. Similarly at anode again two process will be going on, no, that is for Cl minus and OH minus. Okay, so again Cl minus is there, so it will be losing one electron to give Cl, and hydrogen, 4 hydrogen will be losing 4 electrons to give 2H2O and water. So again when this reaction is going to take place, why two reactions again? Because there are two negative ions, so both of them will be losing electrons, and when they are losing electrons, so again there is two possibilities. So which will process will be taking place will again depend upon its E0 value. So in order to decide this which process is going to take place, again we have to see the value of E0 and E0. Okay, but now again over here what we have to see at anode, we have to see that which is the which is the more positive value, which is the more positive value from this two, 1.36 or 1.23? Definitely 1.36, right? So here we see that as the value of Cl is more, that is value of E0 of Cl is more, and that's why this reaction is going to take place at anode. Okay, so you can remember one thing, that at cathode the value which is less, will be participating, and at anode the value which is more, then it is going to participate in the formation. Understood? Which is less from this? Obviously you will say this, but here we say that it is more in the negative value. Okay, we need to see that also. So in cathode this will come, and in anode the more positive value will come. Okay, yes, you can remember it like this also, that at cathode the substance which is having less negative value, will participate, and at anode the substance which is having more positive value. Remember, here less negative value and here more positive value. So from this two, which is the less negative value? Obviously 0. Okay, and here which is more positive value? Obviously 1.36. Okay, so when we are taking an aqueous solution of NaCl, at that time at cathode this reaction will be taking place, that is formation of hydrogen atom will be taking place, and at anode Cl will be taking place. Understood? Moving further, electrolysis of PbBr2, that is lead bromide. Lead bromide, this is very easy. Same like molten NaCl, it is PbBr2 will be again dissociated into Pb plus 2 Br minus. So at cathode it will be Pb plus 2 electrons will be giving Pb, and at anode it will be 2 Br minus will be losing 2 electrons to become Br2. This is as simple as we have seen about the molten NaCl. Okay, at cathode at cathode 2 electrons will be gained. Okay, will be gained and it will become Pb, and here at anode 2 electron will be lost and it will be forming Br2, that is bromine. Okay, moving towards next is electrolysis of aqueous CuSO4 using PD electrode. Now read this question very carefully, that it is aqueous CuSO4 using PD electrode. Now PD electrode, as we have already seen, it is what? Non-reactive. Okay, PD is non-reactive. Okay, so again the dissociation, now aqueous is there, so again water dissociation will be taking place and dissociation of CuSO4 will be taking place. So dissociation of CuSO4 will give you what? Cu plus 2 plus SO4 minus 2. Okay, Cu plus 2 plus SO4 minus 2, and dissociation of H2O will give H plus OH minus. So again there will be a conflict between Cu plus 2 and H plus at cathode, right, as we have seen earlier in NaCl and water. Okay, so again Cu plus 2 electrodes gives Cu. Okay, so what is happening over here? The value of E0 is 0.34 V, and over here it is H ion is E0, that is 0 volt. Okay, so now here in this you need to consider the higher value as it is positive. Okay, so in positive what we know, we have to consider the higher value. So higher value of which is the higher value, 0.34 or 0? It is obviously 0.34, right? So at cathode again which process will be taking place? Cu plus 2 electrodes and deposition of Cu will be taking place at cathode, and at anode, now you will be saying that two reactions should take place. No, because SO4 minus 2 is also there and OH minus is also there. But during the electrolysis of aqueous SO4, no formation of SO4 is not going to lose electron, right? So only one reaction is taking place, that is of OH minus, so 4 OH minus will lose 4 electrons to give 2 H2O and 2 moles of oxygen, that sorry, not 2 moles of oxygen, O2, that is oxygen gas. Okay, so only one reaction takes place at anode. Okay, I am repeating again, when electrolysis of aqueous CuSO4 is going to take place, that at cathode reaction which takes place is Cu plus 2 electrons, which is giving Cu. This reaction is taking place because positive value of E0 is more. Okay, positive value of E0 is more of Cu. And at anode, instead of two reactions to take place, only one reaction is taking place, and that is of OH minus. So 4 moles of OH minus will lose 4 electrons to give 2 H2O plus oxygen gas. Okay, this is the condition when PD electrolyte is used. Now let us see the another case of CuSO4 when Cu electrode is used. Okay, now Cu electrode, you know that it is reactive electrode. Okay, self-reactive electrodes here we are using, and here what we have seen, it was aqueous solution, so H2O was there. But when you are using direct CuSO4, so no H2O is there. So again this is the simplest form, like we have seen of molten NaCl and PbBr2, right? So again here a simple dissociation will take place, that is CuSO4 will be giving Cu plus 2 plus SO4 minus. Okay, so at cathode what reaction will be taking place? Cu plus 2 will gain 2 electrons to become Cu, and at anode Cu will lose 2 electrons to become Cu plus 2. Okay, so here the simplest reaction will be taking place. Now here again you will be saying that instead of this SO4 minus, why we have taken this? Okay, as I told you that SO4 minus is not going to lose 2 electrons as we have discussed here, right? So here it is forming this kind of reaction, that is Cu loses 2 electrons to give Cu plus 2. Okay, so this was all about product of electrolysis. So in today's lecture we have seen that if we are using different electrolytes, then different types of products can be obtained. So firstly we have seen about if we are using molten NaCl, then two formation as cathode and anode will be NaNCl respectively. Okay, now if we are taking aqueous NaCl, then the product will be different. Okay, after that we have seen if we are taking PbBr2, then again it is the simplest form, then Pb and Br will be formed. And again after that we have seen about aqueous CuSO4. In aqueous CuSO4 the products at cathode will be Cu, and at anode it will be H2O and oxygen. Okay, and if we are using CuSO4, normal CuSO4 with Cu electrode, then this type of reaction will take place. Okay, so you can just note it down all these reactions in your notebook, and definitely on this this are very important, as 2 marks questions can be asked from this product of electrolytes, that what kind of reaction will take place at anode and what kind of reaction will take place at cathode if electrolysis of aqueous CuSO4 is done using electrode PD. You need to be very careful with the electrodes also in case of CuSO4. Okay, so if it is PD, you need to see that is aqueous CuSO4, then this reaction will take place. And if it is uh, copper electrodes and normal CuSO4 is there, then this formation is going to take place. Okay, so all the 5 products of electrolysis are very much important, and many short questions can be created out of this. Okay, so you can go through all these things till now. From the next lecture we are going to start our session about batteries, which is actually the last session of that chapter, but there are many different batteries and cells which are going to be studied. So but till now we have studied about electrochemical cell, then we have studied about electrolytic cell in more and more detail, and lastly we have seen about the products of electrolytes. So go through all these things one more time, and let me know if you are having any query. You can just write in the comments, or you can also revert through the app. Thank you.